Fields. I now recognize my new friend, Dr. Morrison from Minnesota, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman Lalota and Ranking Member Cisneros, for holding this hearing, and thanks to our witnesses for being here to take the time to testify. This has been a really interesting and illuminating conversation. I'm grateful for your testimony. Contracting with federal agencies is an important avenue to help small businesses grow. Unfortunately, as we've heard, the number of small businesses participating in government contracting has decreased over the past decade. And I worry about how this administration's random termination of contracts and abrupt firing of federal employees will impact small businesses' decision to enter into government contracts. These once secure sources of revenue may now seem too risky for some small businesses. The Trump administration has proposed cutting the Small Business Administration's contracting office budget by almost a third. This includes reducing the number of SBA's procurement center representatives who are critical to ensuring the contracts are written in ways that enable small businesses to compete for them. Without SBA performing this critical role, agencies are likely to make contracts that are too large for small businesses or have more requirements than small businesses can meet, essentially making them inaccessible to small businesses. Ms. Tellier, could you describe how SBA employees have assisted your small business over the years and how cutting members of SBA's contracting office, such as procurement center representatives, could impact small businesses?
Yeah, it's a great question. Thank you for asking it. The procurement center representatives often are behind the scenes, unknown advocates to those of us who are small business contractors. They are ensuring that subcontracting plans are adhered to, and they are ensuring competition is maximized practically within agencies. The SBA Office of Government Contracting has done a lot with a little for quite a few years. Any further cuts, it affects certification programs, it affects the ability to retain the PCR staff. That directly affects small businesses, even if many small businesses don't know they're being protected and advocated for by those PCRs.
Thank you. I share those concerns. I'm also worried about other ways that federal agencies are making it harder for small businesses to compete for contracts. For example, when federal agencies consolidate multiple contracts into a single larger contract, that puts the contract out of reach for small business. So this one is, again, for Ms. Tellier and Mr. Ramos, too. Both of your testimonies highlight recent changes to how the government conducts market research before a contract can be consolidated. Can you elaborate on the impact on small businesses when billions in contracts are consolidated every year? Mr. Ramos, we could begin with you.
That's a fantastic question. Bundling probably has some place in driving better efficiency in government contracting, but if you are bundling that volume of contract, that puts it completely out of reach of small business. I would say the opportunity, if we want to consolidate contracts, there are a lot of zombie contracts in existence, and the market research should be a little bit more thorough so that those don't come into existence. They cost us money in order to actually secure. No awards actually happen under those contracts, and so that would be the more preferred, in my opinion, on if we're taking a consolidation approach.
Thank you. Ms. Tellier?
I would agree with his comments. Category management or bundling just generally is it goes to the perception. If as a small business I don't think I can compete to win, I'm not going to spend 75 grand trying to get on a best-in-class vehicle that I'm not going to get spent on. I haven't heard it called a zombie before, but I love that word now, and I'm going to keep using that, so thank you.
It's apt.
Yeah, I do think the market research goes a little bit further on that, too. Being able to have that market research involve engaging with small businesses would allow that input to come into it to avoid the consolidation in the first place.
Yeah. If a small business's contract is consolidated, what resources or assistance are available for that business from the SBA or the contracting agency?
I mean, I would start with YASDABU office within the agency, and then I would rely heavily on the PCR for that region as well. And if that didn't work, I would call Congresswoman Skolden.
Good idea. Thank you so much for your testimony. And I yield back.
Generally,